Look at her. She is very useless, selling her body to men all because of money. Very useless girl. Juliet, can you stop this your street girl lifestyle and focus on becoming a good girl? What if I tell you that sometimes we shouldn't mock or laugh at people's lifestyle or the way they live in their lives, because everyone has a story behind his or her life that makes them to choose the way they live their life. Watch carefully, as this story teaches the important lessons for us to stop mocking people in the streets. In the busy city of Accra, Ghana, everyone knew Juliet, but nobody knew her story. They only saw what she had become, not what life had done to her. Juliet was 23 years old. She dressed in short skirts and tight tops that showed too much of her body. Her hair was always different colors. She lived in a small room behind Auntie Mercy's shop near the main market. Every day, people whispered about her. Every night, she walked the streets looking for men who would pay her money for her body. She smoked cigarettes openly, regardless of who sees her. She dressed in short skirts and tight tops that showed too much of her body. Her hair was always different colors, sometimes red, sometimes blue, sometimes purple. She wore makeup that was too bright and shoes with very high heels. The mothers in Accra used Juliet as a warning to their daughters. Don't be like Juliet, they would say. Study your books, go to school. Don't end up like that useless girl who sleeps with men for money. The women at the market laughed at her when she passed by. Look at her, they would mock. No father, no mother, no future, just a street girl with no shame. Even the young girls who were still in secondary school looked down on Juliet. They felt better than her because they were going to school. They thought education would save them from becoming like her. But Juliet never answered them. She just walked past with her head up, smoking her cigarette, acting like their words did not touch her. But deep inside, every insult was like a knife in her heart. Juliet was not always like this. There was a time when she was just a small girl with big dreams. She was born to a woman named Adwa. Her father left before she was even born. He heard that Adwa was pregnant and he ran away to another region. He never came back. Adwa tried her best to raise Juliet alone. She sold oranges by the roadside. She washed clothes for rich people. She did any work she could find to feed her daughter. When Juliet was 7 years old, she started primary school. She was a bright child. Her teacher said she was intelligent. But when Juliet was in primary 4, everything changed. Her mother, Adwa, fell sick. It started small, just tiredness and coughing. But it got worse and worse. They had no money for hospital. They had no relatives to help them. And they kept working even when she was sick because they needed money to eat. One morning, when Juliet was 11 years old, she woke up and found her mother dead on their mat. Adwa had died in her sleep. Juliet cried for days. Some neighbors helped to bury her mother in a cheap grave. After the burial, those same neighbors forgot about the small girl who was now alone in the world. Juliet stopped going to school. She had no money for school fees. She had no money for food. She lived in the small room her mother had rented, but she could not pay the rent. At 12 years old, Juliet started begging on the streets. At 14, an older girl taught her how to steal from the market. At 16, a woman approached her and told her there is quick money in selling her body to men. Juliet was hungry. She was tired of suffering, so she said yes. By the time she was 23, Juliet had forgotten the little girl she used to be. She had built walls around her heart. She acted tough because the world had been tough for her. In Accra, there were many women who pointed fingers at Juliet. There was Mrs. Ofusu, who had 3 daughters. All of them were in university. She always told people how she trained her daughters properly, not like that shameless Juliet girl. There was Mrs. Akoto, who owned a big shop in the market. She would shake her head whenever Juliet passed by and say, What a waste. If that girl had just gone to school, she would not be selling her body today. There was Auntie Lamisi, who was a teacher. She used Juliet as an example in her moral lessons. Do you want to end up like Juliet? She would ask her students. Then respect yourselves. Stay away from boys. Face your education. These women had their own daughters, beautiful girls who went to school every day with clean uniforms and lunch boxes, girls who were studying to become nurses, teachers, lawyers, and accountants. Their daughters looked at Juliet in disgust. They felt better than her because they were educated. They believed that going to school made them more valuable as human beings. But one of these girls was called Amanda. She was Mrs. Ofusu's first daughter. She was very beautiful and very intelligent. She finished secondary school with excellent results. She went to university and studied accounting. Everyone said Amanda would be very successful. Another girl was called Matilda. She was Auntie Lamisi's daughter. She studied nursing. She was quiet and humble, always going to church, always reading her Bible. Everyone said Matilda would make a good wife. These girls and many others like them looked at their own lives and thanked God they were not like Juliet. But none of them knew that life has a way of surprising everyone. It was a hot afternoon in May. Juliet was sitting outside Auntie Mercy's shop smoking cigarettes and watching people pass by. A big black car stopped near the shop. This was not unusual. Many cars come to the area. But something made Juliet look up. A man stepped out of the car. He was tall and well-dressed, wearing an expensive shirt and trousers. He looked like a businessman, the kind of man Juliet sometimes meets in hotels. But this man was not looking for what those other men wanted. He was looking for someone to help him. "Excuse me," he said to Auntie Mercy. "I am looking for number 2 Adabraka Road. Do you know where it is?" Auntie Mercy shook her head. "I don't know that place well. Maybe someone else can help." The man looked frustrated. He had been driving around for an hour trying to find this address. Juliet stood up. "I know where that is," she said. "I can show you." The man looked at Juliet. He saw her short skirt and bright makeup. He saw the cigarette in her hand, but he also saw something else, a human being who was offering help. "Thank you," he said. "Can you direct me?" "It's complicated to explain," she said, "but I can show you if you give me a ride." The man thought for a moment, then nodded. "Okay, get in." Juliet got into the car. It was the most expensive car she had ever been in. The seats were leather. The air conditioner was very cold. Everything was clean and smelled nice. As they drove, the man asked her name. "Juliet," she said. "I am James," he said. "I came from Kumasi for a business meeting." Juliet directed him through the streets of Accra. She knew every corner, every shortcut. In 15 minutes, they reached Adabraka Road. "It's that house there," she pointed, "number 2. "Thank you so much," James said. He reached into his pocket and brought out some money to give her for her help. But Juliet looked at the money and something inside her felt tired. She was tired of always taking money from men. For once, she wanted to do something without payment. "No," she said, "keep it. I just helped you find your way, that's all." James was surprised. He looked at Juliet again, this time more carefully. Behind the makeup and tough appearance, he saw something genuine. "At least, let me buy you lunch to say thank you." Juliet was about to say no, but her stomach was hungry. She had not eaten since yesterday. "Okay," she said. They went to a small restaurant nearby. James ordered rice and chicken for both of them. As they ate, they talked. James told her about his business. He imports goods from China and sells all over Ghana. He told her about Kumasi, about his life, about his dreams. Juliet listened. She did not talk much about herself. What would she say? That she sells her body for money? That everyone in Accra called her useless? But James kept asking her questions. Gentle questions that showed he really wanted to know her. "Do you have family?" James asked. "No," Juliet said quietly. "My mother died when I was 11. I never knew my father." "I'm sorry," James said, and he meant it. That must have been very hard. Something about his kindness broke through Juliet's walls. She found herself talking, really talking for the first time in years. She told him about her mother selling oranges, about going to school and having to stop, about being alone in the world. She did not tell him about the life she lived now, but somehow he felt he could see it anyway. When they finished eating, James said, "I have to go to my meeting now, but can I have your phone number? I would like to talk to you again." Juliet gave him her number, not believing he would actually call. But that evening, her phone rang. It was James. He stayed in Accra for 3 days for his business. Every evening, he called Juliet. On the second day, he took her to dinner at a nice hotel. On the third day, before he returned to Kumasi, he took her for a drive around the city. They talked about everything. James told her about losing his own parents in a car accident when he was 20. He told her how he had to struggle to build his business from nothing. He told her about loneliness, about not knowing who truly cared about him versus who just wanted his money. Juliet listened and realized that even rich people had pain in their hearts. Thank you for watching this touching story. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss another inspiring story. Stay kind and see you in the next story.